this morning. With the heightened discussion of tariffs throughout the nation, experts have started to explain how that could impact your car insurance. And data from the CDC shows emergency room treatments for tick bites are at the highest level since 2019.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this July 14th. It's almost 5 o'clock this morning and time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal for a look at that forecast this morning. And Megan, it's been hot. And we've had rain, so honestly, just hot and rain, not the best mixture.
Yeah, definitely not. The good news is, for the first time in a while, we're not only looking hot and humid, but those chances for showers and storms will start to taper off going into tomorrow. But let's break into that forecast for today. Right now, live pinpoint Doppler is nice and clear. We do have a little bit of some fog out there, so just be wary as you're driving, especially towards that Kentucky-Virginia border this morning. Temperatures are sitting basically in the 70s, seeing some upper 60s out there. And then as we head into the afternoon, yet again, rinse and repeat, mid to upper 80s. Going to see some more warmth tomorrow, though, seeing the 90s coming out to play. Here's a look at the next 12 hours as we slowly see those temperatures warming up. Chances of showers and storms will return as we're heading into the afternoon. No surprise there. Those scattered showers will carry us into the early hours of your Tuesday. Highest temperatures of the day around that 2 o'clock mark. Amelia.
A Wayne County, Kentucky man was charged with attempted murder after police say he was involved in a crime spree and reportedly even tried to run someone over. That incident started at around 11:30 Thursday night at the Wayne County Hospital. Police were called to the scene after reports of Anthony Dykes trying to steal an ambulance. Police later found him after he actually stole another vehicle when he was walking along West Columbia Avenue in Monticello. The Tennessee Highway Patrol says one of their troopers was involved in a crash in Morgan County, Tennessee. That crash happened Thursday on a Knoxville highway near Oliver Springs. It shut the highway down for a few hours. Thankfully, THP says no one was hurt. This stretch of highway has seen several crashes recently. 4 people have died there in less than 1 month. THP says they've increased their presence in the area because of the increase in deadly crashes. Well, it's now a little over a week since President Donald Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act into law. Included in it are cuts to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance, or SNAP, program. Hundreds of thousands of Kentuckians rely on the program to feed their families. And with stricter requirements, food pantries like the Amen House in Scott County are expecting to see higher numbers of people they serve. Maggie Rickerby talked to pantry officials about their uncertainty as these cuts reveal their impact.
In the middle of all of this, we are expanding. We are not pulling back.
The Make America Healthy Again Kentucky Task Force says as of last month, over 280,000 households in the Commonwealth utilized SNAP benefits. And close to 40% of the people that live in a SNAP household are under 18 years old. Jordan Ogile with Feeding Kentucky says feeding the underserved needs to be a priority, and that responsibility could fall on the Commonwealth.
If a cost shift does come through the pipeline, ensuring that the Kentucky General Assembly is ready and willing to fund that. And then seeing if the state is willing to fill the gap created by some of these cuts.
As uncertainty remains on how SNAP program cuts could affect Kentucky, the Amen House Foods Pantry is not slowing down.
We absolutely believe that no matter what comes ahead, Scott County will stay strong when it comes to battling hunger. We just got to figure out what that looks like.
Amen House Executive Director Michelle Carlisle says they serve around 1,300 families every month in Scott County. She expects that number to increase with SNAP cuts. They get 1/3 of their food donations from the federal government, but the rest comes from local churches or other food organizations. And because of that, they plan to fill the gap for any families who need help within the county.
If you find yourself in a spot come January and your SNAP has been cut, that does not mean that you can't come to us. It means the exact opposite. You absolutely could come to the Amen House and receive assistance.
In Scott County, Maggie Rickerby, WKYT.
The Amen House Food Pantry is open Monday through Friday from 9 to noon. We'll have more information linked for you in this story at WYMT.com. Well, as folks continue to talk about money and inflation, you might start feeling some of that pain in your pocketbook. With the heightened discussion of tariffs throughout the nation, experts have started to explain how that could impact your car insurance. Mark Friedlander with the Insurance Information Institute says there's a lot of back and forth about what those tariffs will be and how they might impact you and your purchasing power.
In general, tariffs will increase the cost of auto insurance for everybody because it applies to auto parts, and most auto parts are imported from outside the U.S. So wherever the tariffs land in terms of the percentage, it will have an impact, not immediately.
He says your current bill is likely locked in and will not see the impact from tariffs, but he says in the future we could see increasing prices on car parts and car insurance. With it being steamy outside and the fact that it's the middle of July, you'll likely see all sorts of insects and critters. One thing that you may see out and about are snakes. Ben Beddoes found out what you should do if you encounter one.
It's summertime and people are spending plenty of time outside, but remember, we're not the only ones that are outside this time of year. If you spent plenty of time outdoors this summer, you may have come across snakes, maybe in or close to your home. It's that time of the year.
They may be coming around to get away from the heat, so it certainly has been very hot. So if you have, your home has some sort of access to a shady, cool area, they may go there just for that. And it could also be for food.
There are two venomous snakes in central and eastern Kentucky. These are copperheads and timber rattlesnakes. They are present in southern and eastern Kentucky. If you live in Lexington, Wiley says you won't find one of these unless you live near the Kentucky River. Snakes that reside in Lexington are pretty much harmless.
If you see a snake climbing a wall or up in the rafters or along a fence line, very commonly those are rat snakes. There also are milk snakes and garter snakes that are fairly common in our area.
Wiley says if you encounter any snake around your home, let them be, even if it's a venomous snake.
If you see a copperhead on your property and it's this big, it's been living there for 2 to 3 years and you never saw it before today, if you don't do anything, you'll probably never see it again.
If a snake does get in your home, the best thing you can do is use a broom and a large trash can. When you are outside and you are wearing shorts and or open-toed shoes, make sure you see where you are walking, and you should avoid being bit by a snake. In Powell County, I'm Ben Beddoes, WKYT.
Wiley says if you are bitten by a venomous snake, you'll know because it's really painful. In that situation, call 911 or go to the hospital immediately. Data from the CDC shows emergency room treatments for tick bites are at the highest level since 2019. The jump is prevalent in the Northeast with 229 tick bites for every 100,000 ER visits last month, roughly a 37% increase from June of last year. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says environmental factors are behind this trend.
So we are having milder winters, wetter springs, which means for longer tick breeding seasons. We're also seeing ticks move into geographic areas where we have not seen them before. And all of this adds up to more tick exposure and more tick bites.
Well, here are some helpful tips to keep the ticks at bay. Wear light colors, keep arms and legs covered, wear closed-toe shoes, and use insect repellent. Experts also recommend doing a tick check and taking a shower once you're back home. A new strain of COVID-19, Nimbus, has made its way into the United States, even reaching parts of eastern Kentucky. Some folks are calling it the razor blade throat COVID. Doctors say symptoms include severe razor-like sore throat or headaches, muscle aches, fatigue, nausea, and vomiting. But health experts say you shouldn't be alarmed.
The Nimbus variant does cause a little bit of a different symptoms than when we saw with the other ones. One of those being a severe sore throat. Sure, you still have to worry about getting any COVID-related symptoms when you have the vaccine, but it should be able to help cover it, and your symptoms would be less.
Scientists say the current COVID vaccine seems to be effective to this new strain, but even if you are vaccinated, you're still at risk. Experts recommend washing your hands frequently and staying home if you're sick. Well, we are learning about a spike in student ticket prices for UK athletics games. The athletic department is raising the price of student football and basketball tickets for next year. Football season passes will cost $145. That's a 60% increase from last year. And basketball passes will cost $345, a 70% increase. The host of Big Blue Insider, Dick Gabriel, tells us this is only one of the ways the university can keep up.
With the new $20 million price tag that's come to every D1 school in America, everybody has to dig up a new revenue stream, and they're running out. One of the obvious revenue streams is ticket prices, and it's unfortunate for students, but I guess everybody has to pitch in.
Single game student ticket prices have also increased. The cost of the tickets for the 25-26 season will range from $15 to $40. That's up from $11 to $20 per ticket last season. Well, thanks for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning at 5:10. Long